Going on YouTube? This is Angel here from Strengthisfirst. Today I'd like to talk about programming for a true beginner and why I would like to encourage all beginners to not switch their programming until at least 1 year of training. So picture yourself wanting to cook a recipe. The recipe being your program and the amount of time it takes for you to cook being your lifelong journey of going to the gym. Now, what a lot of beginners tend to do, they would go to the gym for 1 or 2 months and then they switch to the next new program they read that was probably more optimal or maybe has something they like from it, or maybe their old program started working. Whatever the reason, you're cooking up your recipe and then not even a quarter of the way done, you stop and then you want to try a different recipe. Now, are you going to eat for that day or not? Obviously, in terms of the recipe story, you're not going to get anything done. All you have are incomplete recipes that you didn't finish and you're still staying hungry. So you probably have learned something from trying to initiate that recipe. You didn't get the final result, which is my point of switching programs. If you switch programs frequently and constantly, yes, you can get more excitement, you're less bored, you probably have more motivation to go to the gym. But if you ask anyone who has been in lifting weights for years, decades, multiple decades, you'll know motivation has very, very little to do with sustaining progress, actually improving dramatically. And beginners have a very optimal window where whatever they start, they're going to make progress regardless. Whether it's 3 weeks or maybe even 1 month, 2 months, they're going to see rapid amount of growth. And they may think, oh, this is working for me. And once it stops progressing that quickly, they would want to switch to something else. I would like to encourage you to refrain from doing that, as this is part of the cycle you'll need to face when you're doing your programming, when you're lifting weights constantly, because not every day is going to be a walk in the park. You'll probably have more average days than good days. You'll have more average days than worse days. So overall, you need to look objectively at your training cycle, which is hard to do for a beginner. I mean, you just literally change your lifestyle so drastically. So you're really an open book in terms of learning, in terms of experiencing what going to the gym has to offer. So it can be overwhelming, but take it one training session at a time. Follow your program exactly as it has written out for you for at least 1 year. And why 1 year and not, 3 months or even half a year? For a beginner, I would say you need to experience some training difficulties that may occur between 6 months to 12 months. Usually people can progress and then finally stop slowing their progression after a couple months. But what do you do after that? And the extra 6 months of getting your reps in will help you decide and help you figure out which exercises better help promote certain growth on your body. If you're running a general strength program, is the squat better for you for quad development or glute development? Same thing for the bench. Do you need more volume for the bench, or when you do 3 sets, you're good for that amount of week? Do you need to up the frequency of your deadlift? A lot of these training questions can be answered by just staying consistent with your beginner strength program. If you are failing and you notice that you're constantly failing, take note of that, but still stay the course. Promise yourself that you won't make any rash decisions unless it's really, really hindering your progress. And maybe overall you have to switch up what program you're starting with. But for that very small minority, the majority of you people will just face maybe not being able to do the amount of volume the program set out to be, which you'll need to incorporate some deloads. You might begin to question what program you should be running. You might want to switch programs at this point. Stay the course. Try to work around it. Do the best you can. Your program should have an auto-regulation system with it so that you can still make progress while not being able to up the weight after each workout. This is intended. Your linear progress as a beginner won't last forever, but the program should be well designed enough that you can continue sustaining beginner-like progress even after you can add weight after each workout. So that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think beginners tend to do when they are switching on training programs. Did you find success, or did you see a lot of failure and you're still switching programs? All right, take it easy, guys.